today's video is science vitamin D and its role in our immunity. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble anti-inflammatory vitamin, which means along with vitamin A, E and K, it is one of 4 vitamins that can be stored in our body. It is mainly stored in our liver and our body fat. Vitamin D enables absorption of calcium, which helps in maintaining muscle tone, build strong bones. You have heard people with low calcium develop diseases like osteoporosis and rickets in children. It is an important mediator in cell growth and modulation, meaning it helps repair old cells, build new ones, and also helps in preventing a lot of cancers. It helps in controlling chronic inflammation, which leads to many diseases such as atherosclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, some cancers, autoimmune disorders. It is an important component of our immune system. For the purpose of this video, I would like to concentrate on the role of vitamin D and our immunity, as we will learn towards the end of this video. The main source of vitamin D is from ultraviolet rays from the sun. It stimulates formation of cholecalciferol from the cholesterol from the oils on the skin. This cholecalciferol travels through the bloodstream to our liver, where it is dehydroxylized to calcidiol and then to its active form calcitriol in the kidney. The calcitriol then moves to the gut whenever required to help in absorption of the calcium from the food we ingest, along with the influence of the parathyroid gland. We also get vitamin D in smaller quantities from our food, mainly fatty fish, egg yolks and meats. Normal levels of vitamin D in the blood, as seen in the chart, anything below 20 nanograms per ml, you are vitamin D deficient. Between 21 to 29 nanograms per ml, you are vitamin D insufficient. Normal levels are generally between 30 to 80 nanograms per ml. Over 150 nanograms per ml, there is something called vitamin D toxicity. The causes of low vitamin D are mainly 2. One is lack of sunlight exposure. The other is dietary inadequacies, such as in people who are vegetarian. Lack of sunlight exposure is also lifestyle related. See, we spend today most of our days indoors. We do not go out much. The darker our skin, the more difficult it is for us to produce vitamin D. Which reminds me of an anecdote. In my days in Europe, I remember walking with friends on a sunny day. Me being dark-skinned, used to prefer walking in the shade, while my European friends would prefer walking in the sun. So it is socially ingrained in the people in subcontinent, they should seek shade. Another factor is age. See, age slows down everything. It also slows down production of vitamin D. In addition, I think older people spend a longer amount of time indoors. Another very overlooked factor is that we think we are getting a lot of sun. But the fact is, when we are driving in a car, we are not getting UV rays. The glass panes of the vehicle block the UV rays of the sun, and hence we cannot produce vitamin D. This same theory stands true also in polluted cities and at times when there is heavy cloud cover. The UV rays cannot get through to your skin. As we have learned earlier, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. It is stored in our body fat. That means if you are obese, you have a greater amount of subcutaneous fat. This subcutaneous fat will hold on to the vitamin D and won't allow it to be available in the bloodstream. So obesity is also a factor for low vitamin D levels. Over the last 40 years, it has been noticed that the use of sunscreen has gone up quite a lot. That means the sunscreen is not going to allow UV rays to hit your skin. That is another increasing factor in low vitamin D levels. So coming back to vitamin D and immunity. See, let us apply it to our current scenario. We are in July 2020. Vitamin D has a big role in reducing severity of bacterial and viral chest infections. Let us see how this happens. When we have a severe chest infection, we develop something we call ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome. This happens because there is inflammation of the alveolar sacs. These are the air sacs of the lungs, tiny air sacs of the lungs. There is inflammation on the walls of the alveoli. This inflammation exudes inflammatory fluid in the alveolus and around the alveolus. This inflammatory fluid does not allow exchange of gases. That means fresh oxygen from the lung to the bloodstream, and does not allow the blood vessels to expel carbon dioxide out into the air. Vitamin D reduces this inflammation and gives the patient a better prognosis. In addition, vitamin D helps in repairing endothelial cells. Endothelial cells are nothing but a single layer of cells of our blood vessels. Vitamin D also helps in activating our immunological cells. That is the neutrophils, lymphocytes and monocytes, and thus helps in fighting infections. How do you ensure your vitamin D levels are adequate? You would like to expose yourself to the sun. That means only your face, your arms, that's enough. Your neck. Between 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. That is when the sun is overhead and the maximum number of UV rays can reach you. Can you supplement with vitamin D? Yes, of course you can. But please consult your doctor first. Because as we have learned, there is also vitamin D toxicity. How do you know if you have low vitamin D levels? Well, the only way you can find out is by doing a blood test. I hope this was helpful. Signing out, Dr. Rohan Fonseca.